You know that feeling when you want to get something done, but you just feel stuck? There's so many options, so many things that you could do, where to start, what's the next step, too many projects, too many tasks, and you just can't move forward. And even if you can move forward, it feels like you're never making any actual progress. Today, I'm going to show you my way to combat this. If we haven't met yet, my name is Isabel, and on this channel, we talk all about embracing your weird in order to build a better brand, business, and life. Every project, every task, every single thing you do is just a pile of tiny decisions waiting to happen. The problem is that our brain gets increasingly tired throughout the day the more decisions we make. This leads to something that psychologists call decision fatigue, where we get more impulsive or we just avoid the decisions, we go into procrastination because we've made so many decisions that day that our brain is just done. The other thing that comes into play with this is something that I read about in the book, The Paradox of Choice by psychologist Barry Schwartz. And I'm going to read a quote from him because he says it best. Learning to choose is hard. Learning to choose well is harder. And learning to choose well in a world of unlimited possibilities is harder still. Perhaps too hard. So what he's talking about here is the fact that when we have more choices, it makes it harder for our brain to choose because we start comparing them, right? Let's say you have this or that. This is easier to choose from than if you have 15 options that range from this extreme to this extreme. Because then you start doubting yourself. You start wondering if it was the right decision. You start wondering if you should have done the other one, and then you start the other one, and then you move back to this one because you realize you like this one better, and so on and so forth. And this leads to a lot of half decisions being made, which also affects your decision fatigue. And between the paradox of choice, too many options, and decision fatigue, too many decisions to make, we end up tired and we end up not wanting to do anything at all. A little while back, I was reading into coding. I don't know if I was procrastinating on doing one of these projects that I have to do or what, but I was reading into computer coding and I learned about something called the bubble sort. The bubble sort is the most efficient way a computer organizes information. And basically what it does is it just compares one item to the next, and if it has to, it switches them. And then it goes down the line that way, and then it goes back to the beginning and repeats the process until all the information is organized. Let's say that you were organizing the alphabet. Now, I'm not going to do the example with the full alphabet because that would be way too long, but let's say you're organizing A, B, C, D, and E. Okay? You have to put them in order, except they are E, B, C, D, and A. So what you would do is you would go to E, and you would say, does E go before or after B? And, oh, it goes after. So you would switch them. Okay, does E go before or after C? Oh, after. Cool. Does E go before or after D? Cool, switch them. Does E go before or after A? Cool, switch them. And now you have it in the right position. And so you go back to the beginning. Now B is in front. So you would go, oh, does B go before C? Yes, it does. Leave them like that. Go to C. Does C go before D? Yep, okay, leave them like that. Does D go before A? Oh, no, switch them. Go back to the beginning. We know the question from B to C, yes. C to A, oh, no, switch them. And so by now we have B, A, C, D, E. We have three of them in position. We only have the B and the A left, and now the answer is going to be, does B come before A? No, switch them. And we have it organized. This is more efficient and it will go by quicker than if you are looking at the whole thing and you're like, let me find A and move it to the front, and now let me find B and move it to the front, and let me find C and move it to the front. And even quicker than if you're like, let me just find the first three letters. So let me find A, B, and C. And you're looking at a million things and you're trying to find all of them and doing them all at once. I hope this makes sense because I know there was a lot of rambling there, but I have a point, I promise. This gave me an idea. If the bubble sort is the most efficient way that a computer program organizes information, then if our brain is basically a big old computer, it's probably the best way to organize information in the brain the most efficient way, which is how I came up with my two-choice method. The two-choice method just basically tells you to reduce all of your options to only two choices. Let's say you're organizing your files on your computer. You would say, hey, is this personal or business? Personal goes into the personal folder, business goes into the business folder. This goes a lot faster. Sorting through this files this way is a lot faster than you opening a file and saying, oh, okay, this file is a client file from 2016. It's not active. This was from their Christmas project, I believe. Okay, so let me create a folder called business, and let me create one called clients, and let me create one called inactive clients. Let me one with the name of the client, and then inside that create a folder called 2016, and then inside that called Christmas project, and put that file in there. And then go back and repeat the same thing. Do you see how many decisions and how much longer that thought process is than if you're just looking at the file and saying personal business, personal business, personal business, personal business? The same thing happens with decluttering, for example. I see a lot of decluttering channels say, you're gonna make, some of them say 3 or 4 or 5, depending on the channel, but let's say you're gonna make 5 piles. Keep, donate, trash, sell, or recycle. Let's say they do only 3. Keep, trash, or donate. That is 3 to 5 decisions you have to make with like every item you come across. You have to look at this bill and you have to say, do I want to keep this? No, I don't think so. Okay. Do I want to trash this? Well, no, like it's in a good state. Do I want to donate it? But could I sell it? That takes a lot longer than if you just say keep or don't keep. And so you go keep, no, don't keep. Keep, don't keep, don't keep, don't keep. Now I know what a lot of you are thinking. Well, yeah, but if I do a keep and a don't keep, then I just have to go through the don't keep pile again to see what's trash and what isn't. And then I have to go through the what isn't trash again to see what I want to recycle or donate. And then I have to go through it again to see what I want to donate or sell. And that sounds like a lot more work. But the thing is, for your brain, it's not a lot more work. And there's several reasons for this. The first thing is, your brain is working less because it's only deciding between 2 very clear options. Your brain isn't going into overdrive, overthinking all of the million decisions. It's just going this or that, this or that, this or that. This is great for your energy and great for your brain's energy because you're not doing overthinking before you have to. The second thing is dopamine. Once you've gone through that pile of stuff or that pile of folder or that pile of files in your computer or whatever it is that you're doing, then the next pile, first of all, that's a win. Like once you've gone through that the first time, you're like, oh my God, dopamine hit because I finished the thing I said I was gonna finish. And then once you go through the next pile, so hypothetically in the decluttering example, you're going to that don't keep pile and now you're gonna sort out what's trash and what isn't. Then going through that pile is a lot smaller than your first pile. And so you'll get through it faster. And then the next pile is smaller than the pile before that one. And so you're constantly giving your brain dopamine because you're constantly finishing things, but you're finishing over and over and over again. But also it's getting easier and easier each time because the piles just get smaller and smaller and smaller. It's a way to keep moving forward no matter what. Now, I apply this for everything. It's not just for organizing, it's not just for decluttering. The two-choice method can be done for anything. I use it for YouTube, for example. I have a giant list of ideas for videos that I want to create for this channel. And every time, or what I used to do before I did this, is I would look through all of the ideas and I would read through all of them and I would be like, oh, I could do this one, or I could do that one. Oh, maybe I can do this one. Oh, what if I do that one this week and I could do this one for next week? And then I would spend so much time just picking a topic. Now I go to the first one on the list and I say, am I excited to create this topic or no? If the answer is yes, that's the video I'm making. That's it. I don't read through the rest. It doesn't matter. If I'm excited about that topic, that's the video I'm making. If the answer is no, then I go to the second one. Am I excited about this video? No. Third one. Am I excited about this topic? No. Fourth one. Whenever I answer yes, I'm excited, that's when I stop. As soon as my brain shows interest, that's the topic I'm doing for that video. And the same thing goes for afterwards, right? When I need to create the description and the title and the tags and upload it and edit it and thumbnail. I just ask myself, am I more excited about creating the thumbnail or writing the description? Definitely thumbnail. Okay, cool. I'll go work on the thumbnail. By reducing it to just 2 options, your brain doesn't overthink the entire loop of tasks and the entire loop of things that you could be doing. It's the paradox of choice, right? You only have these 2, so which one are you picking? Now, I know this sounds simple, okay? I know that you're listening to this and you're like, come on, could this really work? I dare you to try it out. Like, that is what I want you to get from this video. I dare you to try out giving your brain only 2 options at a time for a week and come back to me and tell me if it worked or not. Because this has truly made it so that when my brain doesn't want to do anything, or when I'm overwhelmed, or when I'm overthinking, when I'm in perfectionist mode, I can still move forward. And the best part that I haven't even mentioned yet is that it has also increased my confidence in my ability to do things. Because confidence doesn't come from overthinking. Confidence doesn't come from creating the perfect plan. Confidence comes from action. And this keeps me in action. It keeps me in motion. It keeps me moving forward. So then I get more confidence, and then I want to do more, and then I'm more motivated, and I'm seeing the progress, and that motivates me to keep going. If you enjoyed this video, I make new ones like this every single Friday. Remember to comment below if you tried it, if it worked, how was it? If you don't know, then maybe comment below what area of your life you think this might work at, and I'll help you work it out how you could try this out. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps this channel grow. I make new videos like this every single Friday. And if you haven't decided what area of your life to try it on yet, comment below what area of your life you're struggling with, and maybe we can work it out together in the comments. Stay wild, stay weird, and I'll see you next Friday.